Hi everyone. This Zoom meeting is meant for myself and Alexandra to discuss the success that graphics ads had brought to the HeyBot scaling, especially the way how we now treat not a viral creative but viral epic, as well as how we create our super small funnels, which advertorials effectively are. I'm here with Alexandra. Alexandra is graphic strategist on this particular account, and it's her ideation and briefs that resulted in all these creatives, as well as her collaboration with our copywriter Marina that results in advertorials. So I would like to share my screen as we discuss that, but I also genuinely hope that our brilliant video editor column would be adding some of the creatives to play for you guys as we speak. So I really hope for that from the editorial standpoint, because we want to have extra experience on top of our little Zoom recording. So let's go for it. I would like us to start with advertorials, right? And let's maybe start with just talking about this one particular advertorial and this one particular ideas of advertorial creatives, because I know that this inspiration had come from our past. So Alexandra, why do you think people like to look at noses so much?
Very good question. I think people like looking at noses because we all look in the mirror, particularly like in the same way. So the image here is very relatable for, I think, every person, because there's no people without like these black hats on a nose. And especially for women who try to have their skin very clean, they take care of themselves. A lot of them feel that they need to get rid of them and they don't like looking at them. That is why this type of image and also like this topic in general is very hot because it's very relatable also, like, as one of the reasons. If we're talking specifically about the image, why is it so eye-catching? I think, of course, first of all, the photo itself, very relatable. As I said, we all look at our noses like that. Second of all, is like controversial. We make the biggest, the biggest text on this image is like a controversy, like those are in black hats. So we are basically denying the common knowledge because everyone thinks these are black hats. And also we add as like a summary on the bottom, how to like this text, how to clear up sebaceous filament. So it's like gives people hints that there is going to be some step-by-step guide. So there is like a way to get rid of them. And in general, the hierarchy of a text plus the image gives us, I think, this effect of this ad being like eye-catching and the advertorial itself very successful because of hot topic.
Yeah, I think that majority of people do not know the term of sebaceous filament generally. And learning that these are not black hats in itself can be groundbreaking. One thing that I want everybody to pay attention to is, look, that's a nose close-up in a static that would look like this in your advertising, right? But we also had produced creative that uses video content, and I will show it a little bit. The conclusion that I can make from it is that then we find some winning type of like demonstration of this controversial topic. The medium that is used, is it video, graphics, doesn't matter all that much, because as long as people get their close-ups of the black hats, they get engaged with that. And I think that is something that creates possibility to make more and more creatives on the same topic that will look different and allow us to not burn through creatives all that quickly. And how I see it from like top level perspective is that we arrive in here at like winning epic. By winning epic, I mean winning not only advertorial but also winning way to demonstrate the point of advertorial that then can be expanded on multiple creatives that would be not just optimizations from each other but look very different as long as they keep the strong point. Am I right to assume that?
I think that's a very good way. And from, for example, this ad, we see that slightly different, maybe more elaborated versions of the same ad can also perform really good as long as we find the right, like the right image, the right approach for this particular type of ads.
Yeah, and let's have a little look at the advertorial itself. So there is a lot of performance principles put into advertorial because advertorial is basically like a sell landing page, but in our cases we make them as not like a built-in full in a landing page, but rather integrating the blog posts or already existent client advertorial space in their website, where we just write and select imagery and ensure that it's structured in a way that it performs. But it allows us also to produce more of them and test more of them at the same time. So example of this one, we can go very quickly over that, is our team also has been selecting images for all the advertorials to make sure that visual language matches with our like verbal language. For example, we have headline that aims to hype up this groundbreaking solution for such a big pain point of people of the black hats, which people also come in to learn that not every black hat is a black hat when they go there. And then we have an image that is, again, super relatable, super close up, and super demonstrating the issue that people are about to solve. So that is something very important for us, is to match the images with the titles. Black Hat would be a good name for a pirate. I think that is something of that Marina, our copywriter, believes in, is like humor can also be a good moment to engage audience and then bring them through the advertorial journey. So they embark on the journey because it catches their attention and they start reading more. And then we want to also reinstate the same questions that people have when they click on the ad. Is it actually a black hat? And we try to follow it with our subtitles and the way how we continue with close-ups, because people just love to see the nose. And also all the education getting mixed up with a little bit of a humor, like sebaceous filaments, people don't know. And then we introduce our product HeyBot from the standpoint of what makes it different, right? And what makes it different is that it is hemp-based product, and we are talking about benefits of hemp for the sake of getting rid of these black hats. And we have then going into something that people would say like typical for landing pages, typical for advertorials, social proof. And we want people to get into the bundles, and the bundles is be a little bit next our topic of conversation. As you can see, there are bundles behind us because for skincare, it's often very important for people to buy the routine. A lot of people are interested in building their own routines from many, many products, but a lot of people want to find the whole solution that helps them fight specific concerns altogether and be worry-free after that. So that's what we present at the end of here. We show people what is the solution. We show people how does it look like, and we want people to know the benefits such as, for example, free shipment or money back guarantee. And we want them to have CTA that will actually go to purchase this particular bundle. Because obviously, another thing that we can achieve with advertorials is, and generally with graphics, and what we observed across all the accounts that we had is that with graphics we can achieve higher AOVs. So there is no way for us to like choose to target some smaller AOV singular product if we can, using this long format, prove to people that buying the full routine is a valuable solution, right? So what are your thoughts, Alexandra, about generally why graphics have higher AOVs?
That's a good question. I think we like personally, like our approach is to try make graphics as informative as possible. It's not necessarily a lot of text on it, but make the visual language very informative, give people information about the product. And I think as long as people know what is this and why they should buy it, when they click on a website, they willing a lot more to actually buy it because they already know what that is. And they don't have to, for example, search the website many times to check what is it. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why graphics tend to have higher AOV, just because we feel already from the first starting point, for people that void that they have with when they first are introduced to a new product, this like informative part. I think that's my suggestion why graphics tend to have higher AOV.
Yeah, I would say people have like obviously always have impediments and motivations. And if pain points, they speak more to the motivation of people, they push them to search for kind of how to get rid of these pain points fast. Something more informative or benefits driven, or even something that talks about pain points, but very straightforward as a solution, and what type of solution that is, has tendency to help overcome rather the impediments than raising extreme level of motivation. So graphics, what people may notice, may be not as interesting for somebody to look at because they may be very pretty, and from this standpoint they would be very interesting, but they may not drive extreme amount of emotion. But we also know from customer behavior that oftentimes for customer there are a lot of impediments, even if there is a strong emotion. For example, customer may not know why he has skincare. Customer may not know what do I do with blackheads, and how can I know that something for my blackheads would actually work, or like what is the other benefits, or like what will I be able to try for free? Will I be able to get free delivery? Some things that create a lot of impediments for people, because people even want to buy more expensive product as long as delivery is free. That's, we know it's another common customer behavior, and we want to deal with I think creating holistic ecosystem with videos that deal more with like pain points and extreme demonstration, with graphics that can also have some sort of extreme demonstration, but they aim either in themselves or through pipeline graphic advertorial purchase now. They aim to overcome the impediments of people. I think that can also create very holistic approach that is targeting people motivated by different things. We know that skincare is oversaturated market, and we know that women know of skincare, and it's such a high societal expectation to take care of your own skin for women. So women would be a pickier buyer in this particular segment. So they may be just genuinely more interested to be informed. Or oftentimes people would see first the ad that made them remember the brand because it drove the emotion, and then the ad that would make them purchase as the ad that kind of wraps it up by showing them, hey, and here's what it does. So in Sugatan, we genuinely believe in such holistic strategy, because even adding something that some agencies don't bother doing, like advertorials, because it's such a small funnel. Why we do multiple very small funnels? It is something to ensure that we target in our broad audience people that think differently, that need to consume information differently, and that motivated by different drivers. But one thing I want to also to add here is, like, again, we are liking with graphics to drive higher AOVs, right? And there is a background on me and Alexander, which is showing one of the best-selling bundles from Heybat company. But I want also to speak about a couple of creatives that showcase bundles themselves and show for you guys, because that is something that we even inherited from the account, because when we got the account, we saw that most of the best performers were actually statics and either photography of the bundles or photography of the bundles with like bare minimum benefits on them. And then we try to kind of elaborate on the bundles topic. We also got quite a bit of positive results. So I will first show two of them for you guys, and we will just discuss them one by one. So the first one that speaks about bundles is this one. So Alexander, tell me more about the idea behind this ad.
Well, first of all, it has, I would say, also like a bit of elaborated approach that we did with advertorials. Since we know that people are looking at skin close-ups, that is why the first 3 seconds are a skin close-up. So like very eye-catching from the very beginning. Then in order to drive like even more attention, we start listing different pain points that people might have with their skin. And the visual, this video actually supports all this list that we later show. So like in general, you start seeing like, it might be like something like my skin. Then we show simple product application, little transformation, and the results after. So this is like a before after ad, but also like more elaborated. So we show not only static images like before after, we also show the applications. So we show a little bit of texture of the product. We also show the whole bundle, even if it's briefly. Still, we show people that this result can be achieved with multiple products, with like these products, with this routine. And also we show the results. We show the results after, how the skin looks like. And also a very emotional part that Lauren on these videos, she is very emotional. And this also like helps to add a little bit more interesting, a little more interest when our customers look at the video. And also the bottom part, it is, I would say it's still, it is a very short headline, but in this headline, we mention 2 very good benefits why people should buy this product. First of all, to get clearer skin. Second of all is that they can actually pay in parts, that Afterpay is available for some people. It might be a very good benefit because they don't want to pay in full like right now. And making this static basically gives, basically makes people look at these 2 very important benefits all the time. They do not disappear. So people look at this transition, they still see the stacks, like you can get a clear skin, you can get the clear skin like this girl, and still you can pay in parts. You have a chance not to pay like the full price right now. Yeah, why here like the bundle is shown first of all, because I wanted to show that this transition is possible with some type of a routine. And I wanted to show this this routine after, like show before and after, and the products that will help to achieve such type of skin. So this adds, yeah, it is a very good mix of everything that we know work. Mentioning afterpay, mentioning benefits, showing before afters, and of course, on top of that, showing bundles that will be like the final benefit. Like you can achieve, like you can have all of that with this bundle.
Yeah, I think it's also very important to say that Lauren, content creator behind the content here, she also did perform in the videos. And it is one of the way for us to utilize video content, because then we have good video content. We want to maximize what it can be done with it, and we bring in it with graphics team, and we making this short videos that also like basically mix graphics and video content. And as you, Alexander, already touched here, the bottom line is one of the core principles of how we can do graphics with video content and like what is so beneficial there. Oftentimes what works for us is like split screens where half is static imagery, for example, and headline, and half is video of application of before, after, or reaction and whatnot, right? And I deeply believe that it also works because people consume, as we talked about a little bit, consume information differently. And this kind of creates a buffet of how information can be consumed, of both immediate consumption, like now people watch even videos for a second, and they have something static and always present for immediate consumption. And we also have something that tells some sort of a story, but very clear, which is usually before, after, product reaction, product results, problem solving, very straightforward in itself. And here we also can see how we can mix in like static imagery of a product, and we know for graphics is the best play for brand themselves, for brand aspect, not only performance aspect of the company, because hi-fi photography works. And we can actually bring it in and mix it into UGC content, so people start recognizing product more from brand standpoint, because packaging is very recognizable brand asset. So bringing it helps people also remember, but at the same time, we can work on something that is very common to videos, like extreme demonstration, that we have from advertorials to here. We have demonstration of a problem, we have clocked bars, and we have application and afters, but we also can mix in elements with like this sliding through bundle for people to have also brand memory, recognizing packaging, and recognizing that they need to have more. And yes, guys, afterpay is one of the ways to make people give us higher AOVs, because if it is in their kind of customer behavior, it's not immediate spend, obviously it makes it easier for them to spend more. So it's a good way to mix afterpay and showcasing product of higher AOV together. And the last that I want us to talk about is actually very similar to what had worked for client before, because as I said, for client worked like a photos, like behind some of very simple things. And this ad had also worked for us, and I think it was one of our very first performers. So let's talk about it. As you guys can see, animation here is very simple. We just get some sparkles and we get some 5 stars. So Alexandra, tell me more about that.
This like the ad itself is extremely simple. First of all, like hi-fi product photography can work. You can test a lot of different assets, and in the very end, you can find the asset that will bring you a lot of revenue, because like when testing like simple photography, there you can find this one image that will be for some reason a lot more attractive for people who are looking at the ad. So basically what we have here is a very nice, very clean and very simple product photography. So people see how the products look like. And what is also very important, the packaging itself usually contains the description of a product, and description of a product already has very important benefits or ingredients mentioned. So while looking at the packaging, people also have the info on what are they buying. Like they already read like these little descriptions, like what a product, and they see that this is a routine. So this gives them already like some information about the product. Then we show the name of a bundle with 5 stars. 5 stars is something that usually used on websites on the review sections, because like I think all of the product websites, they have review sections, and these little 5 stars, they can give some hints that this bundle can be very good and can be very highly rated. So like you give people the info about like this bundle is very highly rated. If it's highly rated, it works. Like this product, they work. Also, we used here line about 10 skin prep steps. I think everyone knows about Korean 10-step skincare system. And some women, they follow it, some don't. But usually what I think all women want is to have less steps and max effect, especially in the morning when they're in rush. And we're basically calling out people who are having, let's just say, very long routine in the morning, but they need it. And since we have like 2 times less products on the picture, and we're calling people who with like long skincare routines, or I don't know, someone who for whom like it takes a long time to prepare the skin, we're calling them like too busy for 10 skin prep steps in the morning. We got you, because we will prep, let's just say, the skin the same, but not with 10 steps, but with less steps. So, but at the same time, it gives the perception that the effect from 5 steps instead of 10 steps will be the same or even better. So basically, this ad also is kind of like a mix of what we know works. These little 5 stars is kind of like one of the conversion principles. Sometimes we use it in the ads. Also, this product photography itself, very informative in terms of benefits of the products and their effect. And we are calling out very, let's just say, common and popular thing that a lot of women that are into skincare, that they know very good, like 10 skin prep steps, or we're calling out someone for whom it takes a very long time to prepare their skin in the morning. So yeah, it is also like a mix of a lot of conversion principles that we know work, and they are mixed in one ad.
For me, it's very interesting to see that we can target people that actually use a lot of skincare, right? Because for maybe some of our listeners now, it might be like, how come 5 steps is good enough, fast enough morning routine? But speaking from like skincare nerd standpoint, which me and Alexander are, finding more minimalist routine can be a like really, really tricky question, and people want to achieve that because obviously we want to achieve the maximum output with minimal effort. So for me, that is very interesting because oftentimes we perceive that for people it would be so hard to buy 5 products at the same time. So I want to ask you a big open question based on looking at this like top 4 performers and top performing advertorial. What do you think is like main rules for scaling beauty brands with graphics in 2022?
You need to find this unique selling proposition, but in terms of what makes your products unique. For example, in our case, we have hemp in each and every single product, which is very good and actually proved ingredient for that has a lot of benefits. For example, oily skin and sensitive skin in particular. And I would say telling people about your products, telling them about what it can solve, basically I would just say, be honest with what you're selling. Also, I would probably say that educational part is important, because advertorials, they are educational. They, I would say, even they are both educational and more like a fun part, that people both are having more knowledge about skin, and they this is also like time passing to read some short article about a topic that they're interested in. And I think from the perspective of the education, people just, as long as they know more, they more are convinced that they need it, because they already, let's just say, know that their skin has more needs than they thought. That is why I think advertorials are good, because you didn't know you have sebaceous filaments. You now you know you have sebaceous filaments, and now you need this product to get rid of the sebaceous filaments. I think that's this kind of logic. I think if like very like thinking about things that first came to my mind, I think these two parts, being honest and also like this educational part, which can be both ads and also advertorials. Yeah, because market is really oversaturated, and for some people it can be very confusing, because many products, many skin concerns, and people who are not skincare nuts and they're just looking for a simple solution, it might be very hard to navigate. Like, why would I need the, like, particularly this? I'm like not sure. But when you're telling, like, this is for this, let's just say, skin type, and that is why it is good, people already have like this knowledge, like, for what is this, why this works, and what benefits am I gonna get. I think after this, they would be more willing to buy, and that would be a lot easier for them, yeah, to later navigate the beauty brand, like.
Thank you. And I think that this really ties into this topic of we need to help people overcome the impediments, and having extreme amount of information which oversaturated markets produce create this impediment. How can I choose if there is so much going on? And we really need to think that graphics is what brings us exactly this, helping people stay informed. And between all the emotional, like pure emotional drivers, we would like to be both driven and also informed to make decisions in such markets. So to wrap it up, there is that very important thing, which is to work for 1 second. We are working for 1 second with graphics. 1 second is enough, and this was the first content that worked for 1 second. And doing split screens, doing statics, utilizing video content in a way that it can be consumed in a second, because it is, like, we call it boomerang, but it's not actually boomerang. It's more possibly like slideshow or some linear narrative, but watching 1 second of it is enough. It's something that really should be helping in 2022 because of the people's behavior coming from Reels and TikTok. So Thank you so much, Alexandra. Thank you for your time. And I think we will be happy to answer any questions from our viewers. And if you want to work with us, see the links in descriptions. We drive innovation across the board. So if you are interested in that, in terms of different offerings that we have for you, please uh, reach us.
Okay, so if you know that you have a creative issue, and you know if you do, you know you need more performing creatives, or your creatives currently are dying, or you have creatives that are not really spending above $25,000, for example, for each of the creatives that your team is producing or your agency is producing, whatever it is. We actually created a true performance creative bundle specifically for those who have decent ad buyers. And if you do, lucky you, hold on to them because they are very hard to find. But you haven't really figured out the creative piece. This bundle is for you guys. We are actually accepting applications for this specific bundle because we have an ad buying bottleneck issue inside Sugatan, because we have a really high like criteria for identifying ad buyers, and we have actually more creative strategists than we do ad buyers at the moment. And so we are here to help those who just know that you guys need performing creative. So we created this bundle for you. It's 100 total ads, 38 unique concepts coming from both video ad and graphics. And that's what comes with it is like original copywriting research. We do market research that's involved in that. We do competitive intelligence research. And then we implement an agile process for essentially getting to the top performing messaging arcs. I'm involved in this process because I qualify all of the top messaging arcs that the team produces to ensure that this is what, to increase the possibility of it actually performing inside your account. So make sure you guys apply for that. We do have limited slots available for it, and hopefully we get to work with your business, and that my team and I get to know you guys, because we just love the ecom community. Thanks.